our Frontier Conference Media Day. This is kind of a cool media day because we're coming off a season where the Frontier won another national championship. Craig Howard, a number of years ago, said one of the reasons why he liked coaching in the Frontier Conference because he felt he was coaching in the SBC of the NAIA. And I would agree with that. Although talking to some of the assistant coaches earlier, I guess some of our partners in crime in other conferences don't necessarily believe that. But I look at our national championship trophies, and I think that's the deciding factor right there. So first of all, I'll make a few introductions. We have beauty among all the coaches. University of Montana Western Chancellor Beth Weatherby is joining us today. Also, my golf partner on a couple of golf outings. I think we're undefeated too. Football supervisor of football officials, Neil Peterson. And today's Kent and I were talking kind of special. We have almost all the athletic directors in the Frontier Conference are here. Carroll College, Kyle Baker, the interim athletic director, is back there. Gary Pacone on his golfing tour of Montana from Lewis Clark State is right there. Montana Chuck Morrell is right there. You get to be introduced twice. Yeah. Montana Western's Ryan Norse, number 3 on the Bulldog roster 100 years ago. Is that right? Number 3? Yeah. MSU Northern's Christian Oberquell. He's the golfer. He's a golfer too. And Bruce Parker, who I've known all the way back to his days as SID at Montana State, now at Rocky Mountain College. Southern Oregon's Matt Sayer. And from the University of Great Falls, Caleb Schaefer, the interim athletic director. Is he here? He was here. Okay. Now football head coaches, Carroll College, Mike Van Diest. And I think, Mike, we can cleverly say that you're the dean of the conference coaches.
I've said that for a while.
Yeah. And Mike Moraski, College of Idaho. Tim Camp of Eastern Oregon. Chuck Burrell of Montana Tech again. BJ Robertson, Montana Western. And Aaron Christensen, the newcomer in the Frontier Conference from MSU Northern. Of course, Brian Armstrong, Rocky Mountain College. And Craig Howard's a little under the weather from Southern Oregon, but Matt Sayer gets introduced again. He'll be filling in for Craig with the football wrap-up. And I think I've introduced everybody. Okay, take a break and introduce everybody else after a while. So anyway. So I'm going to turn it over to our commissioner now, Kent Paulson. Oh, and at the end of this, we will announce our coaches poll. The coaches voted on it a couple of weeks ago. We have the results, and that'll happen after the coaches give their perspectives.
Thank you, Wally. Always a pleasure, a great day. Certainly, as I told the football coaches in starting our meeting, it was great to see them, and after the year that I've had, it's great to be seen. Mike, I want you to know I'm older than you, so I guess I must be the elder statesman. We're delighted today to have a number of the athletic directors in the league here. This particular media day has grown immensely, and it's been proven out in our meetings that we had earlier. Just having the athletic directors there, they help us with certain items that we're discussing. Has just been wonderful. I wouldn't consider myself a well-read person, but once in a while I come across a quote, and this one kind of jumped off I think it was probably Facebook at me. It goes like this. It says, "Today be thankful and remember how rich you are. Your family is priceless, your time is gold, and your wealth is your good health." And for those of you that maybe don't know the situation, I was involved in a very serious auto accident back in November. And I just want to use this opportunity to thank the people in the room, because what I discovered is that certainly your family, your immediate family, I was blessed certainly that my immediate family was right there for me. But you also realize that your family grows in situations like that, and not that it's an event that you want to test that, but what happens is what we all know is we rally around and the family gets larger. And I want to thank the football coaches, I want to thank the athletic directors, and I want to thank the media for reaching out to me. Many of you at one time or another dropped a note, just the encouragement, and it just meant a great deal to me. And I want you to know that I am so appreciative of that, and happy to report that I am back up and running. Quite frankly, I've never felt better. Physical therapy 5 days a week since January the 3rd, and as my wife pointed out, it's a heck of a way to get you back into a physical fitness program, but she's pretty happy that I'm doing that. So all systems go. What we're really here for today is what I enjoy. I'm so honored to be the conference commissioner, as I've spoke before, and this is the kickoff to what is going to be another terrific year in the Frontier Conference in all of our sports. And parity, my goodness, up and down the line, there is no night off in any of our sports. And I think it goes without saying that the NAIA game of the week is going to be September 5th, where we have the defending national champion, Southern Oregon University Raiders, coming back to Carroll College on what we hope is a sunny afternoon. Everybody deserves that after the snow and blizzard conditions that they played the NAIA national quarterfinal game back in December. But what a kickoff to a great league. It's going to be an outstanding football game, as will our other openers across the league. And again, just so proud to be part of this league, to represent this league at the national level. And I want to thank again the athletic directors and the football coaches and the other coaches in the league for the outstanding job that they do in bringing terrific student athletes to our campuses and certainly to their teams each year, and never losing the eye on the real goal, the real prize, and that's for young people to have a great experience and to get a college education. And I'm honored, Beth, first time ever that we've had a president at our media day. And thank you so much for coming.
Thank Ryan.
That's right, Ryan. Kudos. I know the other ADs are going to invite the presidents and chancellors next year. So you didn't come to hear me. You came to hear these football coaches. Again, thank you, media, for being here. And I'm going to turn it over. And Tim, you want to lead us off? We'll just go down the line. Mike, there's a chair here, buddy.
Well, again, great opportunity to be here in Great Falls. My name is Tim Camp. I'm the head football coach at Eastern Oregon University. Kent, thank you. As always, sitting in the meetings in there, I think this conference gets better and better. But first of all, I want to thank our president at Eastern Oregon University, Tom Insko, for having a belief in our system and the way that we do things, and welcome him, and hopefully we can continue to do what we do. And also our athletic director, Angie Weisen, big time supporter of Eastern Oregon University and our football program. But we've had a vision at Eastern Oregon for a long time. Okay, and this is going to be my 10th year at Eastern. We're very excited. Coming off of the season that we had last year, we don't live in the past. We got to continue to get better. I talk to you guys every single year about getting better. And, we're going to continue to build off of what I think is probably one of the better seasons Eastern's ever had. You know, and being able to go up to Dillon and lose to a great Montana Western team really, really opened our eyes up. At least it did mine, you know, and it got our kids buying in and playing again, and it kind of got us back to our vision of who we are and what we're going to do. And it kind of went back to the type of players and the type of people we recruit, being great in the classroom, making sure that we're great in the community, and then on the football field representing Eastern Oregon in a first-class fashion. And those are the things that we're going to continue to do at Eastern. We got some really, really good kids coming back. I'm super excited about. Obviously, I think everybody in the conference knows Jason Billingsley. Jason's from Winnemucca, Nevada, and if we need something to happen, we're going to get the ball to Jace as a playmaker. Unbelievable student athlete, 3.6 GPA, first one in the community service line, those type of things. Great kid to coach. Another guy on offense that we have, Zach Bartlow, sophomore quarterback who really came on for us last year. Tremendous leader, tremendous in the classroom, just a really, really good person. Those two on offense, and then defensively, we got leading the defense for us. You know, Kyle, he's the defensive lineman for us. He's an all-conference 2 years in a row. He's going to be a junior. Kyle is great in the classroom. He's great in the community, and the other kid that we got there is going to be a senior, Gary Poston. Gary's probably one of our better defenders, if not the best. He's got an awesome nose for the football. And again, guys, all of these guys are 3.5 and above kids. I mean, those are the kind of kids that we want to coach. Those are the kind of kids that I get to coach on a daily basis, and I wouldn't want to have any other way. And then another young man that I must say is Adam Beasy. Adam Beasy's our starting free safety. He's played a lot of football for us, and very excited to see his senior year. And again, I couldn't do this by myself. I really believe that we haven't arrived by any means. You know, I think that we are a good football team in a great conference, and to be able to go out and compete against these coaches each and every week, it's an honor to be a part of the Frontier Conference. But my coaches, from our offensive coordinator, Tyler Powell, all the way down to our graduate assistants and our student assistants, they're the reason why Eastern Oregon's really has gotten better over the course of the years. And we just want to continue to go out there and build a program. Again, like I said at the beginning, that everybody can be proud of when we can represent the Frontier Conference, and we're going to continue to not only just try and push to get into the playoffs, but do what Southern Oregon is, and what Carroll's done, what Rocky's done, what Montana Tech's done. Get in there and show everybody in the country exactly who the Frontier Conference is. Okay, so again, if you've got any questions, I'm here to answer them. But if not, again, let's get ready for a great football season. And College of Idaho coming up. We're excited to go up to Caldwell. It should be about 100 degrees. Our guys will be ready, and I know Coach will have his guys ready. It should be one heck of a game in Caldwell. So hope to see you guys there. All right, thanks.
My name is Chuck Morrell. I'm the head football coach and athletic director of Montana Tech. And just to echo a couple of things that Tim mentioned, this is a great group of leaders up here. It's an honor and a privilege to coach in our conference where you've got such strong leadership from the top down, and also my experience with our athletic directors. They're passionate people, and they're passionate about winning. And I think that's exciting on a weekly basis when we get to go out there and compete, knowing that we're going to get both of both sides of it. And so that's very enjoyable from my end. On behalf of our Chancellor, Don Blackheader, representing Montana Tech, I would just like to thank everybody for being out here today. Obviously, Tech's got a big year in front of it. You know, for us, we returned 7 starters on offense, 7 starters on defense. We'll have to replace a couple of key guys. One of our biggest replacement issues that we have coming up this year is Pat Hansen, who graduated, our all-time leading rusher at Montana Tech, so we're certainly looking for a couple of people to fill his shoes. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Mike Tazinski, who I've felt for a while has been one of the better outside linebackers in the league, has also graduated for us. So a couple of key guys on both sides of the ball for Tech this year. On defense, we're going to be led by senior linebacker David Meese. David, again, is one of the better outside linebacking playmakers in the league. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I'm really excited for a senior campaign of Alec Bray. Alec's been one of our go-to wide receivers, be a 4-year starter for us coming up this next year. So as Coach Cam mentioned earlier, you can't do this by yourself, so I'm very appreciative of all the athletic department staff at Montana Tech, as well as my assistant coaches. Questions? Thanks.
I'm Aaron Christensen. I'm a brand new head coach at MSU Northern. This is the first time I've gotten together with all these guys, and feel really welcomed by everyone, which is nice. Before we get started, I got two coaches here, Jake Eldridge and Cody O'Neill, the O-line, and defensive coordinator who I got there in spring ball, and they've been doing a great job for us, and also our athletic director, Christian. Just going into the season and just trying to get to know my team. You know, our first game is August 22nd. We play Dickinson State. Obviously, our goal is going to be to win the game, to represent the Frontier Conference, and play the kind of football that this conference is known for. Some of the guys we have coming back that have really stood out since I've been there. Zach McKinley, he's our starting running back. He's the guy who's a first-team all-conference guy, and he really jumps out, you know, the first time you see him play. Our defensive end, Tyler Craig, I think he led the conference in sacks last year, and you just see him continue to improve. At defensive back, we have a senior, Malcolm Manuel, who has played really well through spring ball. And also we have offensive lineman, Pete Morales, who's going to be a junior also. So we have 4 total seniors on our team, so we're going to be young this year. We'll probably be making some mistakes and be a little bit inexperienced, but hopefully we can overcome those things with some more work. So, thanks, and
Mike Van Dies from Carroll College. Appreciate Kyle Baker, our interim athletic director, coming down, Jared Wilcock, our SID, and Basis Civic made the suggestion to stop at Sonic today so we can get a couple shakes. I ran to Bruce Parker. He was too much. But thanks to Ken and to Neil, they're behind-the-scenes guys that do an awful lot for this conference. And this is without a doubt. I mean, this is going to be my 40th year coaching college football. And being around coaches like this in that room and seeing the success that they've had over the years, the assistant coaches that they've put together and their staff, this is big time football. And I've been blessed to coach a lot of Division I schools over my career, and the Frontier Conference is no different. We do things the right way in the Frontier Conference. There's a lot of outstanding athletes that play for these coaches, and they play for them because the coaches are the type of people that these young men whose parents want them to come and play for, and that's what makes the Frontier Conference so special. We lost some great players last year. And when Sean Bloomquist left, I thought about retiring. It was to have him there for 4 years, and he was a defensive player of the year twice, was just an outstanding player, linebacker, along with Sean Condon, defensive end. We lost, just like Pat Hansen, who was a great running back. We had a guy that was kind of a cookie cutter of him and Dustin Rinkers all the time when he was at Carroll College. And then you lose a guy like Anthony Clark, who was a first-team all-conference wide receiver. We're looking to get better at a lot of different positions. We have some great competitions in spring football. There's going to be some great competitions coming in. We're welcoming 47 new players on August 11th. And I hope that these guys come in with the attitude that they're coming here to be recruited, not to necessarily just sit and watch. There's going to be some room for freshmen to step up, and redshirt freshmen from last year's class to step up and make a mark on our football program. But we have a guy coming back that I'm very proud of. That's Matt Roach, our quarterback. Matt Roach is as good a quarterback we've had. What he did last year was phenomenal. His touchdown to interception ratio was outstanding. He's tutored by Nick Howard, who I think is an outstanding quarterback coach and offensive coordinator. Matt is the type of guy that I love because he sat 3 years behind guys like Dane Broadhead and Dakota Stonehouse. And a lot of programs you see across the country, especially if you're in Montana, you're going to transfer. And Matt did way before bid. He stayed within the program. He learned from Coach Howard. He learned from those other 2 quarterbacks. He's a great teammate. And when you have a returning guy at that spot, that makes you feel a lot better as the head coach. And I feel very fortunate that we have Matt coming back. And in that receiver spot, with the loss of Anthony Clark, we still have Dylan Simak, who's going to be in his 4th year as a starter. We have a young guy by the name of Kyle Griffith, who's really been kind of in Anthony's shadow the last 2 years, but has scored a lot of touchdowns for us and is a very, very talented player. Running back is wide open. It's going to be competition from day one. And it's not going to be a beauty contest. We're going to take the guys up there that can get after it and run the football the way Jim Hogan and Nick Howell want to do on the offense. And we're going to put the guys back there that can get the ball and go forward. Defensively, we're led by a young guy named James Dowkin. If I was at the University of Wyoming, a guy like James Dowkin, I would have recruited out of Greeley West High School in Colorado. He's been an All-American. He's been the leader of the ball hawk to our defense back there at safety. He's an outstanding football player. And we've built around him a little bit. We have everybody in the secondary returning in this conference, especially as that first game against Southern Oregon. We're going to need all the bodies back there we can get, but we have everybody back. We have we're 2 deep across the board in all those positions. And we've got a young guy by the name of Dominic Cole who played in 2013 that didn't play last year. We're coming back, so that'll help us an awful lot and upgrade that position. Linebackers, even though we lost Sean, I have 4 seniors coming back in that spot. Adam Bucker will be our Sam backer. Shea Durbin from Lewistown will be our Mike backer. He was a Will last year, played along Sean, was an all-conference player. We moved from the outside to inside. A young man by the name of Dawson Osborne. And then our outside backer, our banded stand-up outside backer is Jake Conan out of Whitefish, out of Glacier High School. Just a great player in my mind because I think he's just waiting to really come onto the scene. So the big thing for us is we don't have an Aussie punter coming back. We've got a guy that was outstanding last year in East Felt in the last couple of years. So we've got a couple guys that are battling for that position. And right now it's time for football. I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. They've been mathematically eliminated. So it's time to move on to football and get on with it. But congratulations to SOU again. They represented the conference great. They represent obviously their institution in a first-class manner and how they walked through the playoffs. If that doesn't take people by notice back there in the NEI and the schools in the South and the Midwest, they should come out and play us sometimes. I know they won't, but we'll get them in the playoffs hopefully in front of your council, make a name for ourselves. But good luck to everybody and best wishes.
Brian Armstrong, Rocky Mountain College. I'd like to echo Coach Van Die's statements and say what a privilege, and everybody's statements up here, what a privilege it is, and stressful, how stressful it is to coach against these guys and their staff, do an unbelievable job. And I also agree with what Coach Van Die said. I've been in the league, I think this will be my 9th year now, besides playing years and years ago, but I believe this will be as competitive as the league's been top to bottom, or as even as the league's been top to bottom in the time I've been here. And so I think not only do I realize that as a coach, our assistants realize that, but I think our kids realize that too. And so I know that the group we've had around the summer and things like that, they're very excited and ready to get going. I'm very lucky to be the head coach of Rocky Mountain Football, or Rocky Mountain College. I'd like to thank our president, who's not here today, but Dr. Bob Woolman, president of Rocky Mountain College, and then our outstanding athletic director, Mr. Bruce Parker, who we were lucky enough to get about a year ago, not today, but been there just a little over a year. We're very lucky to get him. He's been a great asset to our entire athletic department, but specifically football. As far as our program this year, we've got some work to do for sure. We had a big group of seniors last year. Secondary-wise, defensively, we graduated Corey Bummer, who was kind of the leader of our secondary last year at strong safety position. And with Corey Bummer leaving, we dusted off an old guy, brought him back, a guy named Eric Bewer, who actually played for us a couple of years ago and is actually officially an old man now because I was at his wedding this weekend. And so he'll be coming back and he'll be playing safety for us, working on another degree, going to get his teaching endorsements. So we're excited to have Eric back. Jordan Upton, another senior we have at corner, who we're going to rely on heavily. Linebacker will be pretty senior laden. 4 seniors in that group, and a junior, all of which started games for us a year ago, backed up by some redshirt freshmen. We're going to play, like Coach Van Die said, we're going to play some young guys this year, whether that be true freshmen or redshirt freshmen. Going down the depth chart, I think I saw maybe we could have as many as 3 or 4 true freshmen that could play for us. Hopefully not start just right away, but but could be playing for us. So that makes it exciting as well. Probably the strength of our team, I would think, defensively, will be our D-line, where we bring several starters back. That group is led by Austin Chamberlain from Cumming, Montana, who's a heck of a player for us, and Brandon Johnson from Anaheim, California. Dushawn McDaniel, who played for us 2 years ago and redshirted last year, will be back for us. We'll have a good group of defensive linemen. Offensively, we lost our quarterback, Bryce Baker, graduated for us a year ago and is actually teaching in Billings, so he'll be coaching our quarterbacks. I'd rather have him on the field, but he's a pretty good quarterback coach too. So we've got a great competition going on at quarterback Chase White, who patiently waited his turn. He'll be a redshirt junior this year from Shelby, Montana. Coach's kid is definitely the leader at this point and had a good spring for us, and we're excited about him. And he'll be in competition with Jacob Lockett, a redshirt freshman from Nebo, Montana, who had a great spring in his own right. And so excited to watch both of those guys mature and earn their playing time. At wide receiver, we bring back a senior, two-time All-American Andre McCullough. He'll be a senior for us this year. He has been kind of our, well, not kind of, definitely been our most dynamic playmaker. A guy that we got to get the ball in his hands, and teams are finding ways to make that more and more difficult. So we got to find a way to be creative, but get the ball in his hands, good things happen from getting the ball in his hands. And we'll have some new guys to throw in that. Again, some young guys I think that I'm excited about to get going in the wide receiver. Offensive line-wise, we go from a year ago returning no starters to returning 5 starters on the offensive line, which is helpful. So we're excited about that. And then running back will be by committee as well. Jade Olson, who started staying here every game for us 2 years ago, will be back, a junior from Malta, and we'll have some guys to add depth at that position as well. Kicker might be the most interesting position. We graduated our kicker a year ago. We had a young man named Evan Connolly who played soccer at Rockies from Ireland. Never played a snap of football in his life, but he can really kick the ball. So when we tee it up August 29th against Dickinson State, he'll be wearing, well, I guess not football equipment for the first time, but he'll be kicking his first football in a real football game for the first time. And so it could be interesting. We'll video it so everybody can watch. But he's got a great leg and just a fun kid to be around, and very excited. I was a little bit nervous as he was kicking him. He could kick him through the back of the end zone pretty consistently. I said, hey, now, if you don't kick one in through the back of the end zone, you're going to maybe have to run down there and help make a tackle. Are you good doing that? And he looked kind of at me with crazy eyes and told me, absolutely not. I'm not good with that. So I told him, you better put him through the back of the end zone pretty consistently. So we'll see. Hopefully we can teach him a sweep slide tackle or something. But no, it'll be fun to watch Evan, and he's excited about it. He's worked extremely hard this summer to better himself in the art of American football. But overall, just really excited to get going. I look forward to a great season and a great season of competition. The competition is going to be great. So appreciate everybody being here. Thank you very much.
Mike Morawski from the College of Idaho. This conference really is something. We learned the way you learn in football sometimes. We really got beat up week in and week out, and have some good players, and we found a way to win a couple, which was really exciting from the program standpoint. So as all of you know, I think we brought football back after a 35-year absence.